Less hustle, more flow, big results. I'm Brooke Dukes, your no BS business bestie. This is Burn On, Not Out, the show for high achievers who are done running on fumes. Every other Tuesday, we deliver grounded insights, real behavior-based strategy, and the occasional lovingly applied slap of truth to shift your leadership without igniting you on fire. Ready to slow the fuck down so you can do less and achieve more? Let's go. So you did the work. You shifted your energy. You tuned into a new frequency. You walked away from the old patterns and started aligning with the version of you that doesn't need to earn your worth in sweat equity. But here's the part they don't tell you. When you upgrade your frequency, your life doesn't instantly catch up. The job may still suck. The inbox may still be chaos. The clients, the partner, the habits, they all reflect your old settings. But you're not broken. You're integrating. And it's going to feel weird before it feels good. So let's be honest. Alignment doesn't always look like flow. Sometimes it looks like friction, like fog, like a full-blown identity crisis. That's not a sign to panic, right? It's a sign to anchor. This episode is your permission slip to stay in the shift, even when everything in you wants to snap back to safety. So let's get into it. Let's name the gap, the space between internal upgrades and external validation. You've raised your frequency, but the systems around you, your job, your clients, your routines, are still coded to your old energy. This is when things get uncomfortable, because when you stop hustling from fear, you lose the payoff you've been trained to chase: approval, control, momentum, and that space. It feels like failure, but it's not failure. It's just friction. It's just growth, right? And friction is a feature of growth. It's not a flaw. You're not doing anything wrong. So here's what most people do when things get messy. They revert to old habits because they're fast and familiar, and it feels good. It feels comfortable, right? I feel anxious, so I'm going to get into action. That's my reverting to old habits. Take massive action and feels like a good friend, right? Warm blanket, familiar. They could shapeshift to make other people feel comfortable. Right? So those people pleasers, oh, maybe I was being too much. I should probably just, go back to where I make them feel comfortable. No, they overwork to force the alignment, right? So and I'll just push hard, just this one time, right? And then I'll go back. I'll go back to listening to my body tomorrow. I just need to do it right now. You justify why it's okay to go back to what you always used to do because it feels better. None of that's alignment. It's regression dressed up as resilience. So let me give you a good example of this. And this just happened to me right at the beginning of me starting this new company. And a client came to me, mind you, a client that not only was not my target market. I work with small and mid-sized businesses. This client was close to $1 billion. It was in an industry that is not something that I promote. Companies that I typically work for, they're really trying to do something to make the world a better place. They treat their employees in a particular way. I mean, there's an alignment there. I've made sure of that. And I chased a paycheck because I knew I wanted the money for my team. There were things I'm still justifying it, right? And what happened? It was a freaking nightmare. The leader was a pain in my ass. He was forced to work with me by the CEO. He was a CSO. Didn't want to do it, didn't see the value. All he cared about was I was doing a sales playbook for them. And so he just tell my people exactly what to say in every situation. Well, one, that's impossible. And two, that's not what sales is about. Sales is about building rapport and understanding, all the things. So anyway, I won't bore you with all of that. Bottom line was, if I looked back, which I did, and looked back at how much work I put into that versus this large paycheck I did it for, I actually lost money because it wasn't in alignment with what I knew I wanted to do, the way I wanted to build this company, the effort I wanted to put in, and the clients I wanted to help. But I regressed back to old habits and I justified the hell out of it. And it was a mistake. It set us back probably at least 6 months. So I'm speaking from personal experience, having done it many, many times. So when life feels wobbly, you need some anchors, right? This is where human design stops being interesting or woo-woo or whatever you may be thinking about it right now, and it starts being essential. So I want to talk about your energetic GPS. It's called strategy and authority. So, what is strategy and authority? Well, strategy is how you're designed to engage with the world. It helps you to move with less resistance and more alignment. It's really how you make things happen without forcing it. And your authority is your internal decision making compass. So it's helping you trust your body's signals over the brain's noise because it tells you when and how to say yes, no, or not yet. It helps you to make those aligned decisions that are going to move you towards your dreams. And together, these two are your recalibration tools, especially when your external life hasn't caught up with your internal shift yet. So, first, check your strategy. Are you actually following it or just defaulting to your old urgency habits? Here's a breakdown. If you're a manifester, your strategy is to initiate and inform. Don't wait, but do communicate. So when with manifestors, you have a direct connection to source, God, universe, so whatever you call it, you have a direct connection and you need to initiate. When you play small, the world suffers because the world only is 9% manifestors. And what's going to help you is when you initiate, don't just go full in and not tell anyone around you because then they just get in your way, either asking your questions or roadblocking your. No, let people know, hey, here's what I'm going to do. Here's why. I'll get back to you when I need something. So let's say you're a generator. Your strategy is to respond to life. Stop forcing and tune in. You will get signs. When you're in alignment, you'll get signs over and over to respond to. It could be anything. It could be you meet a person and they tell you this great idea and it lights you up like, oh, I could do that and I could make it better here and here. Go. Yes, go. That's your sign. That's what you respond to. Then, if you're a manifesting generator, you're here to respond just like a generator and inform like a manifester. You want to do what lights you up and let people know once you've decided. Let them know what you're doing. My partner and I are both manifesting generators. And what I found is it's so crazy. Even if we're just leaving a room, hey, I'll be right back, I'm doing this. Or hey, I'm going to the mailbox. It sounds crazy, but it eases both of our nervous systems. And when we found out about this, when we started learning about human design, we tested it. You need to test everything I'm telling you. You need to experiment with it. See if it's true for you. You'll be shocked at how much of what I'm going to tell you over these next months, years, however long we're together in these podcasts will resonate with you and make your life so much easier. It gets rid of the conflict. Now, if you're a projector, wait for the invitation. Your wisdom needs recognition to land. So both of my children are projectors. And this doesn't mean you're just sitting around eating bonbons, waiting for something to happen. No. If you're finding that people aren't asking you to do things, get really good at asking questions. Because questions, really good questions, help people to recognize your genius. Because projectors, man, they see how the inefficiency in the world. But if you are just going out there and throwing it out, so many projectors are like, man, I feel like I'm not even heard. I say something and Sue says the same damn thing and they hear her, they didn't hear me. It's because you have to be invited in. So start asking questions if you're not getting invited in. And then reflector. Wait a lunar cycle if possible. Your clarity comes through time, not speed. I know that seems crazy, but with reflectors, or 1% of the population, you are really driven by the moon cycle. And you've got to wait in awareness and just see what's happening. See how you feel in each environment. See how you feel with the people. And that's how you get your clarity. So now we want to layer in authority. This is how you know what's correct for you, whether it's emotional, it's sacral, it's splenic, or something else. Use it to filter decisions through your body's intelligence, not your mind's conditioning. When we think we're thinking our way through problems or figuring it out, guess what? We're using past experiences, past conditioning, past traumas, past fears, and it never works out. Trust your body, your intuition. So let me give you an example. I'm a manifesting generator with an emotional authority. I need to ride the wave of my emotions and wait for neutrality before I choose. Because if I make a decision right when I'm in the heat of it, it's not the right one. It's my conditioning, it's my fear, it's my trauma, it's all the things, right? If I don't, I end up regretting, right? And I'm forcing them because I just want to get out of that comfortable feeling. No one loves the emotions typically. It's like, oh, but no, I don't go back to my old habits. So my strategy is to respond, which means I don't initiate randomly. I wait for things to show up and feel my way into them. So these tools, they're not going to make discomfort disappear, but they'll make it really, how do I want to say this? They'll make it palatable. They'll make it easier for you. They'll help you to see, pay attention, watch what's happening, watch for clues that things are working and changing, and that things are getting better, even if it's just a small amount. They'll help you to choose alignment when every part of you wants to run to what's familiar. So, this is the part of growth where most people give up, not because it's wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. A lot of the things I've talked about in the last 4 episodes may be very unfamiliar, might be completely foreign to you. And I'm not just saying, oh, I know what's best for you. I don't. I am telling you, this is over 25 years of experience. Just experiment. Try it out. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, you can always go back to doing what you were doing. There's nothing to say that you can't. So next episode, we're talking about what it looks like to lead, sell, and scale from your actual design, not from hustle, not from mimicking someone else, and definitely not from burnout, because you weren't built to play small. You were built to win. If this episode made you stop and think, good, that's the point. Burn On Not Out is here to rewire how you lead, work, and grow without the constant push. Share this with a fellow overachiever who's tired of burning out. Then hit the link in the description for tools, frameworks, and support to help you slow the fuck down and still get big results. I'm Brooke Dukes. Thanks for listening. Now go lead like you mean it.